Joseph Damiano, and I'm with Self Advocates in Action TV, and I'm here with the Donatellis, Craig, Joyce, and Max. Why don't you start by introducing yourselves?
All right. Hi, I am Craig Donatelli. I'm from Amherst, New York, and I am proud as to be with Visionary as a life coach.
I'm Joyce Donatelli. I'm Craig's proud mother, and happy to be on with him. And we are so proud of him. I keep saying that, but that's what's going on here.
Yeah, Max Donatelli. I'm Craig's dad. Yeah, proud also. Yeah, we're in separate locations because Craig is at his house where he's been living apart from us for the last 9 years, going on 10 years.
10 years,
Yeah.
June 4th.
Yep.
So we are going to start with the first question. Do you feel self-determination has been a good thing?
Absolutely, yes. Because he has grown much with this experience of leaving our home and living with other young men that he wanted to live with. It originally started with one young man in his house, David. They were already friends way back. They met, I believe, in 2002 when they were, I think David was only 12 and Craig was 14. And they bonded together from the first day they met. And as they got older, they started talking about they wanted to live together. So we were fortunate enough to work with Rick Banner. And we went through, David and Craig through,
Person-centered
yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, person-centered
planning.
of course. So we had person-centered planning for Craig. And we learned a lot about Craig that we as parents and loving parents didn't realize. And so that was a wonderful experience for both us and for Craig. We learned about what he wanted. And that 9.5 years almost that he's been living there, he has grown leaps and bounds. You're doing wonderful, Craig. God bless. And he's a good self-advocate for other people with this bill, right? Absolutely.
Do you have anything to contribute to that question, Craig?
Well, just like my mom always told me. I remember I get off when the bus is here for work or Delaware. I go on the bus and I go to work. I work at the Sportmar Children's Museum. I have Michelle Amanzik and Lisa C are both my work, and I am proud as a employee there. And also, I go to my new program now. I go to one called Calmar to Delaware Ave, and that's where I met the boss there. Her name is Alana, and her staff. They helped me with to let me grow.
Okay. If you could change something about self-directed services, what would it be and why?
Something about self-directed is I think that the regional office locally here needs to be a little clearer on how people can access self-direction and what the steps are. You know, we really had to kind of find the steps ourselves. You know, working with an agency. We started working with Aspire, you know, many years ago, Aspire Western New York. But I think that there really needs to be a clearer path for families because we get called all the time asking, you know, well, how do you start this? Or, you know, what kind of steps do you take? And I think that, you know, that there really needs, you know, we learned a lot by, you know, just kind of, you know, make mistakes, going
That's right.
down different roads that, we didn't necessarily need to go down.
Right.
So I think that, that there really needs to be more support from from the regional office and I think from the agencies.
Okay, what does the system need to do to better support people with disabilities who want a housemate of their choice?
Well, actually, it's not a housemate, actually. They're called, it's called, this is our house. It's not a hospital or a group home, it's not. This is a self-directed house. Directed house, it means, it runs with Aspire, Western New York. And Aspire does really good with us. Laurie Stein is from Aspire as well. And she does really good here. And her and the staff are really good with that. And people with disabilities like me, I tell them that that Aspire does, and People Inc. does pretty well.
Excuse me though, Craig, you do have housemates. I
Yeah.
think what you're trying to say is you do not have roommates. You don't have a roommate.
Right.
No, each young man has his own bedroom.
Yeah,
So they all have their own private area to, if they want to, and they be away from other people. So you don't have another young man in your room.
no,
You all have your own rooms.
right.
So you do have housemates.
Mhm.
And I think the other thing, to Joe, the importance of person-centered planning in self-direction is really important, because I think many times people, with disabilities, as they're living with their families, many times that their own interests are sometimes, not necessarily pulled out and put up front in looking for a move. And one of the things that we did with Rick Banner when we did the person's planning with him way back when, is it really helped find out what Craig's real interests were, what he really liked, apart from us. And, we may have things that we wanted for Craig, but we also wanted to know what Craig wanted. And that was extremely important, as well as David Rosenhach, his honorary brother, they started this with. And it's important to really, with self-direction, that, that person-centered planning has to really be the underpinning of it. And, so that the people themselves that want to move out, that their interests have to be, up front. For example, we knew that Craig wanted to, go to some kind of a program or work. And so we wanted to make sure that, wherever he went, when he lived, there was on the bus line. And, that he was going to be able to, to be able to get around.
And the last question I have was, what's the best thing about getting services, and have there been any challenges?
What I think, what's really important part of, I think, looking for the place, and I think was really a challenge. We wanted to be able to get something that was going to be, good for all the guys, the families, on a regular basis. We met a person that was, that really knew how to research places, and it was Helen Haynes from Aspire. And so she really helped a lot, because she, had the background, knew how to look for places, all different kinds of
We've heard about
configurations.
12 different configurations.
Yep.
From double homes to single homes to apartments,
Yep.
duplexes,
Yep.
all over in
Mhm.
different areas.
Right.
And that helped a lot. And we wanted each young man to have his own space.
Right.
And so it was a challenge with that.
Right. And I think the other important part of it too, and on the ongoing part is really having a good, strong circle of support. And, we have, with Craig's circle of support, we have his job coach is a part of it, his life coach is a part of it, his fiduciary intermediary, FI, they're the ones that do the,
Budget.
all the budget. He has a support broker, as well as, people from his work have been involved in the process. So they're part of a circle of support, as well as his sister, Connie, Joyce and I, and, and his cousin Carissa, and his aunt and uncle, Marge and Jim. And so, we have a nice solid circle of support. We recently added BJ Stachio, because Craig wanted to have BJ. And also Karen McMahon, who is his local assembly person, joined his last meeting as a part of a circle of support. And
Because Craig invited her.
because Craig invited her. That was something Craig did on
He
his
did
own.
on his own.
Karen,
There's
he's
Karen.
He's
Karen,
got Karen
Karen
McMahon.
for assembly. Yay, Craig.
He's got his Karen McMahon shirt on. So, and he recently also asked the commissioner of OPWDD, Carrie Neifeld, to be in his life plan meeting coming up in this month. So she's going to try to fit it in her schedule. She's met Craig, and she said if she could do it, she would do it, and she'll try to be involved. So having a good, strong circle of support is also something that's very important as well.
I want to thank everyone for coming on today. This has been Self-Advocacy in Action TV. And we'll see you at the next episode.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay. Thanks, Joe.